All right, we're back, and I believe this is our first offseason breakdown. This is Colorado cornerback DJ McKinney, who has been rated as high as a first-round draft pick for this upcoming draft by Mel Kiper. We're going to get to the film, and we're going to talk about this past season and where we have him projected.
Well, hello, who's next? Can't nobody stop us cause we bumped and prime. Well, hello, who's next? Are you capping, talking sauce, and do your words match your video? Well, hello, who's next? Can't nobody stop us cause we bumped and prime.
Yo, what's going on? It's your guys, Buffed and Prime, CT the Fan, T Cal. What's good, bro?
What's up? What's up? So, CT, what we got rolling today?
Man, we're gonna be talking about Colorado's cornerback DJ McKinney, 6'2". He's 180. I'm gonna bring you up and tell you a little bit about him, how he did last year. He's gonna be a junior this year. He last year he played all 13 games. He had the most defensive snaps at 840. He finished with 62 total tackles, 44 unassists, 9 pass breakups. He had 3 interceptions, 3 tackles for loss, and 2 for 0, and 1 forced fumble. And he had his first pick 6 against Oklahoma State, and that was the team he transferred to Colorado from the prior season before last year. Like you said earlier in the mention of the video, Mel Kiper got him going in the late first round at number 24 pick projected. So, man, they expecting a lot of big things out of DJ this season.
Yeah, and I see a lot of talk about him being potentially ranked the number 1 cornerback in this draft. So we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to the film. It's a lot of clips, so buckle up. We got multiple games, and we're gonna go through the film. It's film over everything over here.
Right.
And if you don't want to see legit critique, go ahead, turn it off. Keep it a buck with you. We're gonna go through and show you the film and break down, how the season went, how the play was. And to start, because I want everybody to be on the same page as far as what I'm grading off of, what I'm comparing it to. So we're gonna start here. So we're gonna start with Indiana, and what we're talking about press technique that we want to see in a cornerback, off man technique, and we're going to talk about attacking the football as a corner, attacking the running back. So we all are clear on what scale we comparing it to. So this is cornerback for Indiana, number 5. So we're going to see him in press technique right here. And CT, tell us what you notice about this as far as his press technique up at the top.
I like his patience. I like how he kind of stays square and goes back, and I like how he just puts the press on him. He literally is taking the wide receiver right to the sideline, taking him clean out the play.
So we're gonna call this motor technique. So there's a couple different techniques when you play press coverage. This is motor, where you're going to be essentially gaining ground. So you're going to be giving ground essentially. So you're moving back, and while you're doing that, you want to stay square and in front of the receiver, and you want to get hands on like this. We're going to go 2-1 none. What 2-1 none means is first we're going to get 2 hands on, then we're going to take our outside arm out. So that left hand, we're going to have the right hand on, and then we're eventually, as we get down the field, if it's a go route, then it's going to be none. But if we can control the top of the route, then we're gonna stay on top of it. That's what we want press technique to look like from a motor standpoint. And then we have another type of press technique where we're staying flat with everything. We're not moving back. We're just getting active right there at the line of scrimmage. So let's see another rep by this cornerback. Again, not opening the gate. And what opening the gate means is we're going to open this hip all the way up and allow what's called a free release. The release is when the receiver's coming off the ball, and especially against press. And our goal as a press corner is to make him run the hoop. If he's going to run his route, he's going to have to go around us. We cannot let him do what he wants to do, which is get from point A to point B in a straight line. So as you're going to see right here, you're going to stay on top. Going to get 2 hands on right here, get the press, and then he's just going to stay on top of the route. Ball's thrown, still on top of the route, incompletion. Okay, let's get another one. We got another one down here, bottom of the screen. Let's see. Again, staying square, staying on top of the route, getting hands on. So the first thing we want to do in press technique, we want to use our feet. We want to cut them off with our feet and then use hands. You don't want to use hands first. And you see, stay at the top of the route. Another great rapid press. Now we're going to have them at the bottom of the screen. Again, you see the patient,
man.
Stay square. That's the other thing we got to talk about. Big part about press technique is owning your leverage. Leverage is if we're on the inside shoulder of this wide receiver, you can be head up on the receiver, which you truly don't have a leverage, or outside, where it's outside leverage. You do not want to get beat to your leverage. You're playing that leverage because there's a weakness in your defense to that leverage. So if we're inside, we want to stay inside. We can't let them get inside. If we're outside, we can't let them beat us outside. So you're going to see perfect right here. This motor technique, just staying on top, keeping our leverage, and being able to get in position to cut off that route to that leverage. Okay, now we got them top of the screen. And this is what it looks like, because I see it all the time. Oh, this corner is active in the run game. This is what active in the run game looks like. Make no mistake. You see him coming out of his break. I don't even got to show you the rest of the clip. Yeah. That's what active looks like in the run game. Just so we're clear.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's what absolutely. Active. And to be clear, this corner right here, he's 4 foot 8 inches. 84 pounds.
I was gonna say he does look a lot shorter than the receivers he's going up against.
This is what active in the run game looks like.
Wow.
Just again, we gotta get the base at. It's a 6'4" receiver. This cornerback is 4'2". This is what it looks like to be determined to not be blocked. That's how you
man.
That's what it looks like when you're determined not to be blocked.
Man, boy, no saving that wide receiver.
Now, let's get to the film. If y'all new to the channel, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. This is content you cannot get anywhere else. That is my promise to you. If you want early access to this, the private chat, semi-private chat, everything, make sure you tap into Patreon. That is the closest you will ever get to the best D1 film room possible. So make sure y'all tap in.
Stuff you can check out when you get to Patreon.
And again, let's get to it. So okay, make sure we straight. All right. Bet. So yeah, so we got DJ McKinney right here, bottom of the screen. And this is against Cincinnati, I believe. So not terrible right here. Initially, we're staying square, but right here completely opens the gate.
Right.
At this point, you are not impeding this receiver at all. Me as a coach, that's a minus. Every time you open the gate and don't play the correct technique, that's a minus. And I'm harder than a lot of coaches, people. Anytime I see you do that, it's a minus. Simple. I showed you guys the criteria that's a minus. Got to stay square on that. Stay square. All right, let's get to the next one. All right, back at the bottom again. Looks like it's third down. Okay. Not bad right here. Not bad. Hard to tell if he's inside leverage or not right here.
It looks like he's straight up, but I can't really tell neither.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Good staying square right there. That's good. Good staying square. Now gets into a little bit of trouble right there. Wants you to take a lateral flat step instead of that higher angle that he's taking. And then this is where being a 6'2" corner comes in. Having the length to be able to make up for not being in perfect position. But this is not a bad rep by him. That's a good rep. That is all right. Bottom of the screen. All right, so let's go back here. We're definitely inside leverage right here. That's clear. So we're inside leverage. We're motoring, but we're giving too much ground. Because we're giving too much ground, we're losing to our leverage immediately. Do not want to lose to your leverage, especially in a situation like this. Any type of in-breaking route, there's no help.
Right.
Like safety's already coming down, there's no help. You have to win to your leverage. That route ends up coming back outside, which works to his favor. But you gotta, if you're inside leverage, you gotta be disciplined. You gotta maintain that inside leverage. Have to. It's imperative. All right, next clip. Bottom of the screen. So this is the issue. We're in cover 2, right?
Right.
So we got 2 high safeties. We got a corner right here. What's the corner's job in cover 2? What's his?
The flats, right? The flats.
Yep. So he's a flat player. Now, CT, you started off as solely just a fan, but you know more now. What's wrong with this? We're in zone.
First off, he's got his eyes away from the quarterback, so he doesn't even know what's going on. Oh,
you got to have your eyes to the quarterback. That's the point of zone. Now, you could say, okay, this is his nearest threat. If that running back leaks out to his flat, that's on you.
Yeah.
Reroute's fine right here. Now open up this hip, get your eyes back to the quarterback to see what's coming back. Got to get your eyes back. And then makes the tackle on that play. The finish is good right there, but in zone, really don't want you turning your back to the quarterback.
Right.
Just don't, especially cover 2. All right, here he is here. So now I showed you the criteria, right, of the 311 corner from Indiana as far as getting active in the run game.
Yeah.
Does this look like you want to get active in the run game?
No, no, not at all. I don't know what happened. Like,
that's a minus.
Man, it's like he got stuck. I don't know.
That's a minus. That's a minus. All right, bottom of the screen. Outside leverage, I can see that. What coverage are we in, CT?
Looks like cover 2.
Okay. Where are our eyes supposed to be?
On the quarterback.
In our zones right here, right? We're in flat play, right?
That's correct.
Because if our eyes are on the quarterback, we're breaking downhill right now. Could be an interception, could be a breakup.
Definitely. Could have been an interception if he was paying attention. Yeah.
Instead, ends up being a first down. Cover 2. Reroute's fine. You have to see the quarterback through your reroute. Have to. Got to see the quarterback. All right. Now I see him. I see where the quarterback's looking. And if I'm looking at the quarterback, now I can come trigger on this.
Right.
Back's turned.
My guy is going to be covered by the safety. So
that's a minus. That's almost a double minus. Like there's a lot of things we didn't do right on that play. All right, we're here. We're an off man, it looks like. Motion's over. Okay.
What is that? Like, I mean,
I'm not sure. So looks like he's playing a off man type of catch technique, and catch technique, you're gonna want to get a collision and then run with him. So we get the collision right here. But then when the route gets broke off, he continues to go the other way. It's another minus. And we can talk what could have been done better. One right here. If you're going to collision, you got a collision. You're going to be the hammer or the nail. Right here, he's the nail.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's definitely, definitely. He had a sheet of ice or something.
And something he struggles with is his agility. He doesn't have really good foot quickness and ability to short area change the direction, as you see at the top of that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, bottom of the screen. Again, already a minus. No matter what the result is, we just completely open the gate from the jump. Cannot do that. Cannot do that. Here's a cornerback up here who is now at Tennessee. You just look at the difference. Stay flat, get hands on, and now we're going to press and take him out to play. That's textbook press technique up top.
Wow.
Textbook press technique. This is what we cannot allow in press. We cannot just open the gate. And the reason I'm saying cannot is you can get away with things in just because you don't get exposed on that as far as giving up a catch, or the receiver may not be, good enough to take advantage of it. You become complacent, like, oh, I can get away with this. Against faster receivers and receivers that know what they're doing, as soon as you do that, it's over with. Like the route's over with. They're gonna fly by, they're gonna stack you. So it's about practicing those good techniques and staying. And this is less of the motor technique that we talked about earlier up top. And you see how he's staying more flat foot, getting hands on now, and really disrupting.
Yeah, just completely two different styles. Like, just completely two different.
I agree. All right, down here at the bottom of the screen. So here, and ignore if it's a run or not. That the corner, they don't know if it's a run.
Right.
So I'm watching your technique, even if it's a run play. This isn't the worst. He's clearly inside leverage right here. There's no doubt about that. So you got to protect that leverage. Now, this wasn't a pass play, but if it was, he's coming across our body. We're locking our hip right there. Anything in breaking, it'd be over with.
Yeah, he'd have been cooked. Yeah, he would have been, really cooked.
And everybody doesn't pay attention to this stuff.
Right.
A good offensive coordinator is watching that. And a really good receiver is testing this on run plays. Like, all right, I know this isn't a true pass, but I want to see how he responds to this type of release. He did that. All right, hey, coach, I hit him with this. He gave up the inside easily. Let's come back to it.
That's how football works. Struggle with like receivers who have good off the break, just with good releases. That can be a problem.
Absolutely. All right, we down at the bottom of the screen again. That's much better. I like. Okay, I got tricked. It's cover 2, so he was rerouting. But even rerouting, if this was his true press technique, this is better. We're going flat. We're staying in front. We're staying square. Like that a lot better.
Yeah.
And then we even get off the block. So that's a solid rep from him. Here he is, bottom of the screen. Okay, out the gate, minus. We just opened the gate instantly. Yeah. We instantly opened the gate. Cannot do that. And now again, it's not showing up as hurting him right here. This is a trick play, but this is going to hurt you against better competition. I mean, we're going to see it come up during this film. Bottom of the screen. That's so much better. So much. That's one of the best reps I've seen of his. And we have a whole bunch of that's one of the best reps I've seen. One of the best.
We got them hands up. When he's shooting, he miss.
Staying square, getting hands on. That's so much better. And able to stop at the top of the route. That is one of his best reps. And a really, really good one. Really good one. Okay. Bottom of the screen. We got him. Believe their man right here. I don't like this. Fight to get to the football. Football's right here. Fight to get to the football. Don't throw your hands up mid-play asking for a hold. Fight to get to the football.
Right.
Fight to get to the football. Don't like that. Minus. All right. Bottom of the screen. Solid at first. Solid at first right there. But then we just open the gate. We open the gate. We want to stay square. We want to stay square and stay on top of this. Do not want to flip our hips 180 and allow these.
What do you think he does that? Does he feel like he has like some top end speed? Like, what is the advantage of opening the gate? Like,
there's no advantage of opening the gate.
Oh, okay. Because I'm trying to figure out because he keep doing it. So I'm like, is there advantage that he sees there?
Yeah, there's no advantage of opening the gate. It takes if you got someone who you're going against who is clearly not as fast as you,
Mhm.
and they take an outside release, once you take an outside release, there's only a few routes that you can run. Like, you're most likely not taking an outside release to run a dig or a post. Like, if you're taking an outside release, you're most likely going to run some type of outbreaking route or a deep route. So when you do this, if you feel like the guy's not faster than you, then every time I can just run right here and cut him off as far as, get into the end zone and cut off
Right.
the top of his route. But you can't do that with someone equal speed or faster. And the other really bad part about opening the gate is you're leaving yourself susceptible to anything in breaking
Oh, like
because
the
your
offensive
hips are
line,
locked.
right, your hips locked and they could just
So again, that's another minus. All right, here he is at the bottom. Just exactly what I was just describing. Now, ball isn't thrown here, which you should be grateful for. This is what happens when you have bad habits, bad technique that have not been corrected. They show themselves.
wow. Yeah.
Now,
What?
again, if you're not really watching film and you just paying attention to stats, etc., then you don't notice this. But when you really watch film and you really understand what you're looking at, these are things that continue to show up. And that's why you can't open that gate. That's why you have to stay square, maintain your leverage. Because when you open that gate and it's just like that. All right, next play.
Man.
Bottom of the screen. Better there. Better here. What you don't want to do is look at his body position. Same body position we talk about with offensive linemen because they're just big
forward.
DBs. Exactly. You do not want to be in a lunge situation. Again, you can get lucky sometimes, but you miss this lunge, over with. So better as far as getting hands on there, but do not want to be lunging. Do not want to be lunging. All right, bottom of the screen. We're just gonna open the gate, just right.
Man.
This is a minus.
So, like, if you're coaching up DJ, how do you attack this habit? Like, because you're saying, hey, DJ, look, you're opening up the gate, like you're
Mhm.
opening the gate. Like, or is it one of those things that can be corrected? Like, is because I mean, like he open wide open, no gate, just take the gate off the hinges. Like, it's just
As soon as I see you do this in practice,
Mhm.
because I know that I've been coaching you over and over. So you do it in practice, you're out. Give me another corner until it gets drilled into your brain. The standard is the standard,
right.
meaning no matter who it is, no matter what, we have a standard.
Mhm.
When we started this video, I showed you what the standard was.
Right.
That's the standard. There's no excuse. No, that's the standard. This is not the standard. That's not. All right, here he is at the bottom. Okay, we have a tight formation. Probably going to banjo this, which is in and out. Solid rep right here. But again, the thing I don't like is we're getting back into lunging.
Yes.
This is not a position that you want to be in. We're talking angles. You do not want to be lunging for this. I like that he stayed square. I like that he got hands on, but you do not want to be lunging forward. Do not. All right, bottom of the screen. I can't even tell you what's going on right here. It's just no effort at all. We don't weave, meaning staying in our motor or back pedal. Not really back pedal, here's more of a motor, but staying in that and weaving to his release. So if he takes an inside release, we're going to weave inside to maintain the same leverage. We want to, no matter where he goes, if he goes like this, then as a DB, I want to be weaving the exact same way and maintaining my leverage inside of him the entire way. No weave, no break. We just give up. That's just, yeah, that's just it's a throwaway rep, honestly. It's a throwaway rep. All right, bottom of the screen. Again, ball's not thrown.
Boy, man.
Yeah. And this is if you're in Patreon, you have access to every game, all 22. You can go watch this. Y'all that really know, I do not cherry pick no clips. I'm showing. That's why I have so many clips on this to show. There's no cherry picking. This is a bad rep. First off, I know we're inside leverage. I can see we're inside leverage. And why do we want to be inside leverage down here, CT?
Because
What's the quickest throw?
The slant.
Exactly. So we want to take that slant route away. It's imperative as you get into the red zone. So we're going to bail out, already start to open the gate. That's beat badly.
Lucky for the pass rush, boy, because that was beat very badly.
Badly.
Quarterback to these guys.
I mean, you see the receiver jumping.
Yeah.
Beat badly.
Boy, right. Quarterback. Woo.
Had one. Okay, this is much better. This is cover 2. This is really good feel for the routes, not chasing this route too far inside, getting back out to the zone where another one's coming, understanding, hey, if something's going in, something most likely is coming out. This is really good by him. Love this. It's a really good play.
And he kept his eyes on the quarterback. Yeah.
Exactly. That was a good play. All right, bottom of the screen. So, third down, inside leverage. Got to be inside. Let's go through this slow. I like that we're not motoring back too far to start. I like that we're punching hard. However, we never moved our feet. And when I'm saying move our feet, I'm saying to your leverage.
Okay. So he got stuck because it looked like he got stuck.
Right here. So it's a good punch, but we didn't move our feet while punching to be in better position. So now we're giving up our inside leverage, which we need. And you can't do that because this is all the separation you need for a completed pass.
That's correct.
You need less than this. You need less than that. You need less. All right, let's have cover 2 again. And again,
no way.
I showed you the standard, right?
There's the standard is the standard. First on grade. Well, what filming or what? I mean, there is no way. No.
The standard is the standard. Way. Does this look like he really want to go in there and jump in the pool?
No, but man, that's Matador vibes. Man, no way.
The standard is the standard.
That is, oh God. That does, oh man.
The standard is the standard again. Right here. I showed what the standard was earlier. And we're in cover 2 again. Right? So we're in cover 2. We got 3 threats to our side. We have number 1 right here, number 2, and number 3. Remember, receivers, we always count outside in. So we got 3 threats. Have to have my eyes to my quarterback. If there's an out route right now, he'd have no clue.
That's true.
And that's a completed catch. Have to have my eyes to my quarterback as I'm rerouting. All right, now, ball's thrown. Again, if I have my eyes to the quarterback, I'd be breaking a lot quicker on this.
Right.
But we're still in position right now. The ball's right there.
That's like loafing effortless. I mean, that's
-3. The standard's the standard.
God.
And if you argue with it, then you don't have a standard.
Yeah, how can you argue with that, though? That's crazy.
It's as simple as that. All right, we're at the bottom of the screen. Okay, let's go back to this. So we're off man coverage. A lot of things. So first, we're way too high in our back pedal.
That's correct.
We want to be in a lower stance, not too, he's 6'2", so not too low. We also want the weight to be more on the balls of our feet versus on our heels. You can break better if you have your shoulders over your toes and your weight, your center of gravity is right underneath you. versus going backwards like it is now. Now we see this one.
Play the stance.
And we're in zone too. So you should be breaking easier because you're able to have eyes on the quarterback. You can see him staring right here. Hand off the ball. We got to be out of this break. First down. Yeah. Don't like the backpedal height right there. Didn't get out of his break clean, but I think it all goes back to that backpedal height and him being on his heels, not being able to get out of there clean.
It almost looked like if he didn't even backpedal, he would.
Yeah, he would have been better off.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, so we got this one. Ends up being an incompletion. He's targeted. This is bad. We should not be opening our hips this early. This is when you're playing off man coverage. We don't want to open until he breaks our cushion.
Correct.
Which will be right here. So this receiver would need to be there. Even in off man, as he breaks your cushion, it becomes press coverage again. Mm-hmm. It becomes the exact same thing. So right now, imagine we're at the line of scrimmage right now. Just take all of this out. And imagine this is the line of scrimmage. We're in press coverage. And the gate's open.
Yeah.
If the gate's open, you be very thankful it's not an in-breaking route, because then your hip's locked. You have to try to open your hip to get to it. Or what you really got to do in this situation is speed turn, meaning turn your back to the quarterback and the receiver and get back to it. You want to stay square for as long as possible and not open until your cushion gets broke. Opens too early. Again, got lucky that ended up being a go route, so he was able to make the play on it. I don't grade off results.
Yeah.
I grade the entire process, because you can get lucky with some results, but the player that is good throughout the process, as we get to higher scales, meaning way more reps, they're going to consistently be better. Right. All right. We're at the bottom of the screen. We're in press coverage. But this, again, one of the best reps. One of the best reps I've seen from him. Really good rep. Really good rep.
That's really good with his feet in this.
Feet, staying square, getting hands on, really good rep. Really, really good rep. And Preston Hodge being Preston Hodge up top. Okay. At the bottom, press. We're in man coverage. I'm not sure. We just third down. It's important down. What's the score at this time? It's 4 minutes left. It's a 2-possession game. 2-possession game, and they got all their timeouts left. That's plenty of time.
Oh,
We just open the gate and give him a free again. Be thankful this wasn't a pass, because he's still running. As we're recording this video, this happened months ago. He's still running.
Yeah.
Still running.
Man.
Yeah, that's bad. Effort-wise, technique-wise, just a bad rep. Bottom of the screen. Cover 2. Do we think his eyes were on the quarterback?
No, I think his eyes are on the receiver.
Because if they were on the quarterback, he'd be breaking on this right now. And think Travis Hunter versus UCLA, how he got those interceptions.
Yeah, boy, yeah.
I'm looking at the quarterback. He should be flat foot right here. You got to be flat. You can't move at all. It's 3rd and 1. You cannot move back at all. You got to be flat foot and looking at the quarterback. And you should already be breaking.
But he's doing that lunging thing. Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the next rep. Bottom of the screen. And again, y'all can get tired of hearing me say it. And this is what's crazier. He's outside leverage right here. Outside leverage and still opens the gate to the outside. Like the standard is the standard. That's a minus. Yeah, you ended up winning the result of the rep. If the ball's really thrown how it should be with the anticipation, as soon as he hits this step, ball should be in his chest.
All right. Yep.
It should be in his chest. But you got lucky because of the route. This is not the technique you want. If you are outside leverage, you cannot get beat to the outside. If you're in press technique, you cannot open the gate. We do both in one play. Get beat outside, in, open the gate.
Yeah, I don't even look like he pressed that.
All right. We got Kansas. Here he is in the slot. Not a bad rep. Not a bad rep right there. Let's go back to it. One of his better reps. One of his better reps for sure. We're staying square, getting hands on. Didn't open the gate before getting hands on. It's a good rep. That's a good rep. All right. Bottom of the screen. Well, he's going to be here in the slot. Outside leverage, we see that. All right. We talk about cupping the football. Cupping the football means we're going to have somebody inside leverage. We're going to have somebody outside leverage. And we're going to have somebody coming to put the cap on.
That's correct.
This is how you play football. This is good football. This is winning football. You have to cup the football. Having the correct leverage in the run game and football in general is imperative. So right now, we got to fight to get outside. We have to fight to get outside. Teammate misses a tackle. All right, we got to fight to get outside. Because if we fight to get outside, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 players coming inside out. But we have to get outside.
Right, I can see it right there. Running back. Oh,
wrong leverage ends up being a huge touchdown.
Man,
huge touchdown. Let's talk about this play some more. Wrong leverage. Let me see what you do after that. All right. Who's closer is not a trick question. Who's closer to Kansas running back Devin Neal right now? DJ McKinney or defensive end Keaton Wade?
DJ McKinney by a mile.
Okay.
Who's
closer right now? DJ McKinney
God.
or defensive end Keaton Wade?
Keaton Wade. Man.
Who's closer right now? I don't even know where he is. DJ McKinney or defensive end Keaton Wade?
Looks like defensive end Keaton Wade, and it almost looked like a defensive lineman behind Keaton Wade. Is that 92?
Yeah, it looked like Anquan Barnes.
No way.
So we lose our leverage. Then we compound it by having bad effort. Yeah, I think that's Anquan Barnes. Hell of a play by him.
Wow.
I like that. That's good football right there. I like that. Great football right here.
No way.
Defensive end and defensive tackle. Here, we do it this way.
Running.
Anquan Barnes, DJ McKinney right next to each other.
No way. You got the D tackle and the DN from the opposite side of the field.
The standard is the standard.
Man.
Me personally, you're not touching the field again. I see
Man. Are you
again, period. And I'd say that about anybody. If you've been in Patreon and you've seen me coach my high school kids that I was coaching last year, everything I say is consistent. And I told them, if I see you do that, you're out. Right. Effort is something you have full control over. Full control over. That's terrible effort. This is winning effort. This is winning effort. Shoot, the whole D-line damn near down here. That's Sam Okunlola.
Wow.
All right. Bottom of the screen. All right, we're in press. Looks like we're outside leverage. So we're either head up or outside.
But isn't the advantage of these big cornerbacks supposed to be that they got this reach that they could it's really good for their press?
I want to say he's outside, but if you're outside, you can't get beat outside. You can't open the gate going outside if you're outside leverage. But let's say head up. So we're head up. All right, we open because again, if you're outside leverage, then you should be cutting off to the outside.
Right.
Like I said, you have to maintain. What I mean by leverage, I wish outside leverage we're gonna be on his outside shoulder. No matter where he goes, I need to stay to where the center of me is on his outside shoulder. If I'm inside leverage on his inside shoulder, wherever he goes, I want to keep the middle of me on that inside shoulder.
Correct.
So if we are outside leverage, then we lose our leverage instantly by letting them outside. If we're not outside leverage and we're head up or inside leverage, then we lose. One, we open the gate, and then we lose after by letting them back inside. Again, these are things that you have to be disciplined on, and it does not show up with any type of consistency. All right, bottom of the screen. Where are we in? Cover 2. This is not how we want to play cover 2.
Not with your eyes away from the quarterback.
Nope.
He has no idea what's going on in the play.
None. So good right here. Eyes on quarterback. Now what you do is you flip this left hip open. You keep this guy in your peripheral and you sink. Because if you're doing that and the ball gets thrown on this drag, now you have eyes and vision that you can break back down to it. But he ends up locking on that. And again, didn't get in trouble for it there because the ball wasn't thrown on that. Oh, you talking about the effort? I didn't even.
Oh my God, yeah, bro. I'm sitting here like, bro.
And this is how you know if a player is loafing. Anytime you do this, you change speed. That tells me you're loafing. That's a loaf. That's a full-on loaf.
God.
I hadn't even seen that. I'm glad you brought my attention to it. All right, we're at the bottom of the screen again. Better still opens gate. And what did I tell you is going to happen if you keep opening the gate and don't impede them? Ran by. Ball isn't thrown, so it doesn't get noticed. This is a run play. It's not even a pass play. So this receiver just out here playing around.
And
just because it doesn't get going.
That receiver like, yo, hey.
Coach, hey, I got him. I got him. All right. Ooh, here he is down here at the bottom. Again, are you really trying to get to the football? Are you really trying to help your teammates?
Man, you gotta be better.
Doesn't look like it to me. That's a
You're
minus.
not even jumping on the tackle at the end. You got to be. I mean, you got to be better than that, man. That effort, boy. This effort is really.
That's a minus. Don't even care about the result of this play. It's on these two. DJ, I believe that's Carter Stoutmeyer. Receiver, the offense can be lackadaisical when they do something. They're in charge. Everything's running based off them.
And that's a good analogy way to put it. Yeah, they're in charge.
You can't. This is lackadaisical. They chilling, ball hike. Again, luckily, the routes played out how they did, but there got to be a sense of urgency. They're getting ready to snap the ball, and you guys are still trying to figure out who's covering. Come on. That's effort. That's attention to detail. Bottom of the screen, that corner. Are you really trying to like?
Man.
I showed you what the 3'6" corner looked like.
Yeah, but that's a problem.
Coming down with bad intentions against Nebraska, by the way. All right. Corner bottom of the screen. Let's see. All right, we're on cover 2. Was he looking at the quarterback, CT?
Now he is. Yep. That's how he's allowing him to break on it. He's on the tight end come across.
If he's looking earlier, either you not looking the whole time. Like, answer me this: does this quarterback at any point look over here?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, no, it looks like he cheated. Look, and then but he like I don't like he got stuck or something. Like
He's staring this down. You're in zone. You have no eyes on
he's in
the
the
quarterback.
throwing motion. Like
Break.
it's coming to
Boom.
this guy, right?
It's
Yeah.
time, break. And then we end up missing the tackle.
Oh, DJ.
All right, bottom of the screen. We're in press coverage. Clearly inside leverage. Do we do anything to impede him from an inside release?
No.
Oh, we get beat to our leverage instantly.
Not at all.
Instantly get beat to our leverage. And the receiver's not running. This is a run play. The receiver's jogging. The receiver's jogging. Now imagine full speed. The receiver's jogging. Minus. The standard's a standard. Bottom of the screen. Good. 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 Much better. This is a good rep. Now we're 24 plays in. And I think this first rep was good, and then this one. So 2 out of about 20 plays. Now I'm no mathematician, but that's 10%.
Yeah, that's a tough 10%, boy.
Next play. Bottom of the screen. All right, bumping out. We're in cover 2.
He has no effort. I think that's.
He look like he's trying to get to. I'm confused.
I think that's a crime, bro. Like he's showing no effort to even try to.
CT, ignore him. Sam Okunlola, all right, up here. Let's watch him. Does Sam Okunlola look like he was running to that football?
Sam Okunlola like he's committed to his teammates.
Does he look like he's running to that football?
Full on sprint.
The standard's a standard. Can't pick and choose when you want to have the standard. The standard's a standard. I believe this is him in the slot. I've been at Colorado practice. I was at practice with Coach Mathis. I promise you, Coach Mathis don't teach whatever he's doing right here. I can tell you for a fact he don't teach this. We're not even in a back pedal. We're just shuffling back. We're completely opening. Be grateful just on infinity levels that this wasn't a pass play.
Oof.
Be grateful.
Oof.
Be grateful. Opens the gate and off. The same thing I was talking about. Cushion I broke opens. Be grateful that wasn't a pass play. Be grateful. Please be grateful. All right, bottom of the screen. Back in press. CT. In any type of run, is the cornerback supposed to be outside leverage or inside leverage?
Outside leverage.
Because you got to contain the football, right?
You want to force the running back back into the cavalry.
We see the running back coming now, right? Like it's clear.
Yep.
So we should be fighting to get outside, right?
It's fact.
Because we have guys running inside out. We just need one player to do their job and be outside. Would never touch the field for me again.
How does Mel Kiper have a first round grade?
This is 2 times in one game. And people scared to say it. People scared of the backlash. I ain't scared of nothing. The film is the film.
Yeah.
You argue with the film.
You can't argue effort. Like you can't argue like effort.
It's effort and assignment on this one. You got to be outside. I don't care if you get. I do care, but I care less if he bullies you outside. Gatorade.
Right.
At least you're outside.
Kind of like what like Stozy said. Hey, sometimes you just gotta take them with you. Take that blocker, and you gotta just if you gotta push him that way to
Great effort after.
Whoa, man,
Great effort after.
that is the worst thing.
My standard might just be different.
Man, that is the worst thing.
I might just have a different standard. Not terrible right here. We're in outside leverage. Can clearly see that. Not bad right here. I would want to see you take another lateral step. Not bad. Right here, this is where that agility and short area quickness comes in. When he gets to the top of the routes, he knows he can't stop on a dime, and he gets grabby. He gets real grabby.
Oh yeah, you see it.
But before that, that wasn't bad at all. Not bad at all. All right, bottom of the screen. Again, the tackle part was not good, but
Yeah, I'm like, what kind of tackling is he doing here? And look,
Word.
he just lunges off his feet and just
yeah, tackle technique just in general needs to be cleaned up. We got Tampa 2 right here. So difference between Tampa 2. So regular cover 2, we're going to have 2 high safeties, and we're going to have our hook players down here. Where's the weakness in cover 2, CT?
the middle of the field.
Middle of the field, because these safeties can be stretched outwards, and then that makes a vacated space right here. So in Tampa, we're going to take our middle hook player. These are hook zones. We're going to take our middle hook player, and we're going to make him the middle run-through player. So we're going to send him deep down the middle of the field to take away that weakness. And then we're going to put more stress on these 2 hook players, because now we have 2 players guarding these intermediate routes versus 3. So we're in cover 2. It doesn't change what the cornerback does. Still the same as cornerback. We need eyes on the quarterback. I believe eyes are on this time.
Yeah.
Ball's out, getting ready to break. Cool. Cupping the football, getting outside, coming inside, somebody coming to put the cap on. That's what football is about. Now, the tackling form and technique, that's a different, but at least we're getting to the leverage right there.
Right. So he can do it. That's the thing about it. Like, you can see he can do it.
Here he is at the bottom. Better. At least this time we fought to get outside. Now, and this is still a ball game. It's 2014. This is right before halftime. This is what he should have did the last time. This crack basically would have been crack replaced, but he ends up blocking them. Got to get outside. Have to get outside. Have to. Better. All right, bottom of the screen. Does he really want to get to the ball?
No.
Does he really want to make this tackle?
Absolutely not. That is it absolutely not.
Is play 46 versus Kansas. All right. That's play 46 versus Kansas.
Absolutely not. That boy, that effort.
That's play 46. Now I showed you this is a 4'1" cornerback. Is he trying to? This is the standard.
He's trying.
He's getting not change.
He got there.
You want to go cry somewhere else, and this is the standard. You want to this cornerback 1. This is cornerback 1. This is the best cornerback in college football. This is the standard. That's a 4 foot. That's not a 6'2" corner. This is a 4 foot even corner. 84 pounds. That's the standard.
Man,
if you tell me somebody's the best in cornerback 1 and first, this is the standard.
Facts.
Right here.
Facts.
That's the standard. That's what it looks like.
Man, that looks like the complete opposite of what we just saw in the Kansas game.
CT, this is the standard. The standard is the standard. I'm not changing my standard for nobody on this earth. The standard is the standard. That's what the best cornerback in college. That's what a first rounder. We got a long ways to go. Yeah, long ways to go. Play 46. We'll play it one more time for you. All right, I know it's a run now. Come on. watching the rest of that.
Man.
All right, bottom of the screen. Looks like we're head up right here. You need to take another lateral step before we take a crossover step, meaning our feet crossing over. Now, again, just because the ball was not thrown right here.
I was about to say, man, how did he miss this touchdown? Oh my God.
So you get a speed release like this. Once you initially, if you're patient enough, to take a step this way. If you do find yourself in a crossover run position, you can't cross over and run flat. Now you have to run to that top shoulder to cut off. He doesn't. He runs flat to him. He already has his momentum over with.
Boy.
All right. Bottom of the screen. Is he trying to get to the football?
Not at all. Just not even like just. I mean, it's so disappointing. Like just the lack of effort, man.
The standard's the standard, CT. It's the standard.
So disappointing.
This is not the standard. I hope it's not the standard.
The lack of effort, man.
All right, we're man coverage right here.
Boy.
Again, I've been at practice.
Boy. He is the luckiest player ever.
I've been at practice. I've been there with Coach Mathis. This is not what he coaches. He doesn't coach this. He doesn't coach this. I can't tell you what's going on. It looks like we might be playing catch technique. Cool. Eyes are clearly in the wrong place. Probably looking at the quarterback, even though we're in man coverage. We're reaching without even looking at him. We're not moving our feet the correct way. Ball's not thrown.
Boy, you dodged.
Standard.
Ito.
Standard is the standard. Bottom of the screen. Where can you not let him beat you? In inside leverage, definitely not in the red zone.
Yep, inside, definitely not in the red zone, and you shouldn't even be backing up because if he crosses you at the goal line, it's too late.
Where's he going to run past you to?
Right.
Why are you backing up?
Yeah. Why are we backing up?
Why? And again, from being, this is not coaching. Bottom of the screen. Better initially about staying square. Punches and opens the gate. You can't do that because that's going to lock your hips. And again, that's that separation.
Yep.
Not one of the worst reps we've seen because at least he's using his length. All right, bottom of the screen. Inside leverage. I like at first. We're staying square. We're still opening. And it's fine doing it at a 45-degree angle. That's fine. So opening this hip a little bit and then working to get over top, that's fine. It's when you open it 90 degrees. That's a problem.
Yeah. Okay.
This isn't a terrible rep. It's not, but can definitely be better. Can definitely be better. All right, bottom of the screen. Walking off, look like he's going to play. Man, oh, this looks like it's going to be cover 3. Yep. Does he look like he's trying to get to the football?
No.
I'm
Oh,
confused.
no. Oh, no.
The quarterback for the other team is putting your teammates in a spin cycle. Why are we not running to the football? Why are we not running to the football?
Wow.
And then we're going to complain? No way, I just saw what I think I just saw. Okay, he didn't. I don't know what he just did at the end, but.
Wow.
I don't like that. Do not like that. All right, next play. All right, man coverage. Isolated down here, the bottom of the screen. Can't get beat inside at the goal line. Can't. It's too much separation at the goal line. Make him run through you. You have to make him run through you. All right, Oklahoma State.
All right, DJ, get your
Former
old
team.
team.
Bottom of the screen. We're playing off man. We need to be a lot slower right here. He's not breaking your cushion. We need to be slower in our pedal. We don't want to give him that much space. Then he breaks, and we're too far. I need you to stay square. Be patient. These first steps, these are read steps. I need you to walk these. Walk these. Be patient on these read steps. He sits down. All right, now that foot's coming. We're breaking. We're out of it. It's too delayed right there. Too delayed. All right. Bottom of the screen. Looks like we're in man. Might be head up right here. No, it might even be outside. Might even be outside. Don't like that separation. And where the separations happen is right here.
There it is.
When they collision, he's getting overpowered by the receiver. And that's what's causing the separation. And you'll be able to see it from this angle. That's too much separation. That's too much separation. Way too much. Not a terrible rep by any means. Bottom. So not decent to start. But then we open. There's never any cutoff. He doesn't weave at all in his motor. He doesn't work to cut off with his feet. He opens. All right, you're in good position right now. Good position. Now he starts looking back because he thinks it's a back shoulder fade. Only time you can look back like this is if you are controlling the route, meaning you're fully on top of the route and you have the receiver stacked, meaning this receiver is below you and you're controlling him being able to go vertical. Looks back. Lucky the ball's barely overthrown. Otherwise, that's an 80-yard touchdown.
Easy.
And the little things, understanding what position you are at that time to understand what you can do. Like, you can't look back for the ball if you're in trail technique.
True.
You can look back when you're in phase and you're touching them. You can't look back before. You can't look back at the quarterback if you're not on the top of the route and controlling the route in man coverage. Cannot. All right. Bottom of the screen, we in man. The initial better here. Better here. If we're going to motor, that's fine. Motor, we're staying square. We get a hand on, cool. Again, right here is where he continues to give separation because he gets overpowered. This ball's thrown badly and too far upfield, and that's why it ends up incompletion. And not a terrible rep by him at all.
No, yeah, I think he did good on that rep, right?
Yeah, just it's that separation at the mesh point, at the collision point. All right, bottom of the screen, man coverage. What I've been saying this entire video, when you start to open that gate and lock them hips,
you cooked.
And the quarterback was not doing the receivers any favors at all.
Oh, man.
At all. Keeps doing it. Not too bad right here, but he started to do what I was saying earlier in punching and opening at the same time. He's punching and his knee is completely facing us right now. It is, both of these are completely facing us, meaning he's fully turned. And now you have to try to open that hip back up. Yeah, it's not going to go well.
Boy, you better be glad this quarterback was so bad.
Yeah, the quarterbacks were missing stuff all year. Again, quarterback's not doing him any favors. We're inside leverage right here. Can clearly see he is inside leverage. His left foot is right on top of his left foot. So his right foot is fully outside, or fully inside, I should say. So you got to keep inside leverage. That's already a minus already, because he beat your leverage. Already a minus. Now we open the gate. Because, I mean, you don't have a choice in that situation. And it's what I'm talking about. Doesn't have the agility or short area quickness to sit down when the receiver does. And again, not the quarterback not doing them any favors. Any favors. All right. Top of the screen. Leave that same at the top. Not a bad rep right here. Not a bad rep. Not a bad rep. Not a bad rep.
Good job, DJ. Good job.
All right. Top again. Let's see. Yeah, ain't no way in the world this ball should be caught. So we're going to open the gate again. I know you guys are tired of the redundancy. I did.
You can call what you see on the field.
I'm tired of the redundancy. I'm tired of it. Opens the gate. Not able to sit down and break quickly. This ball gets punted to the receiver. And because he doesn't have that agility to be able to get out of that break, he still makes the catch.
Wow. That should be a pick six.
Easily. All right. Top of the screen. Good to start. Good to start. Good to start. And then right there, we're going to open the gate while we're punching and let him get directly inside of us. The quarterback not doing him any favors. Throws it too far.
I mean, he's not doing the receivers any favors.
Yeah. Not doing
a lot of favors.
And this isn't terrible. The one, we open the gate, so it's already a minus there. The recovery is not bad. The recovery isn't bad at all right there. And you're going to get beat inside. You're going to get beat inside. You're going to be outside. That's a part of it. The makeup right there was good. The recovery was good for sure. For sure. Like, there's nobody that's just never going to get beat to the leverage.
Right.
It's the consistency of how it happens that is the issue. This isn't. I just don't understand what we're doing right here. This is man coverage. 3rd and 7 is man coverage. Man coverage, but he's playing a bail where he's not looking at the receiver at all. He's looking at the quarterback. What he does here that saves him is he stacks the receiver essentially and gets in body position to impede him for a moment. The receiver ends up still getting past that, but the ball is underthrown. Now, if this is a faster receiver, like he got away with here, this is a faster receiver who knows how to play with the blind spot and is going to take a rocker step inside and then back outside and widen this. It's a walk-in. Y'all not going to want to hear me. Y'all not going to hear me. Y'all not going to want to hear me. I know. All right. Bottom of the screen. I don't feel like we're fighting to get off the block right here. At least not hard enough. Not hard enough for me.
You don't look like that 4-foot cornerback you were showing.
I don't feel like we're fighting hard enough to get off the block. That's just me. All right, here's DJ. He's coming in motion with a receiver. Comes in motion. He gets ran past. Again, luckily the ball wasn't thrown this way because and it's crazy. He not playing the same technique with the receiver did. Just what I said. Came in, gave him a rocker step inside and then back outside, and that's what got him off balance. Bam, bam.
Ooh, you right. That rocker, boy. That rocker put him on the rocker. He just.
And I mean, and we'll go back and talk more about one. Again, this is really an illegal motion because he's turning upfield before the ball snap. You can't do that. But DJ has to get in a better position to cover this. I know this technique's not taught.
Right. Oh, that rocker got him though.
Yeah. I know that technique's not taught. All right. Bottom of the screen. We're in cover 2. Don't know who this football was going to. We're in cover 2. We have a threat by number 2, who is this slot receiver right here. Remember, we're going to count outside in 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. Our back should not be to the receiver when we're rerouting. You can reroute right there, and now you got to flip this hip and open up so you can get eyes on number 2. Does not do that. He spins out of it. This is the easiest of easy completions right now.
Yeah, I'm like, where's the quarterback looking at?
I have no idea who he's throwing to. No clue. But he gets thrown on, and he scores a touchdown. Gotta celebrate all victories.
Oh boy, yep, that's that celebration we all aware of.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got some BYU. All right, this is smart by him. Zone coverage looks like cover 3. He had a nub to his side, meaning most likely it was a tight end. Yes, who did not release for a route. And cover 3 looks like this. And we're gonna get. It might be double post. It might just be one post. But regardless, nub tight end, he cancels. All right, now look for work to the field where there are threats and make a play. Notice he cancels, looks to the field. All right, sees a post coming over. Undercuts it. Quarterback never saw him. It's a good play. That's a really good
play. Yeah, that's a really good play. Good job, DJ. That's a really good interception.
Good play. Good play. Good zone awareness. All right, he's at the top. Yes. That was good. Let me see. Slow-mo. I don't like when he punches, he opens. I like that he at least widens him on this. But I don't like how as soon as he punches, he fully opens his hips.
Right.
Don't want that. And again, from being there, I know Coach Mathis teaches you to punch moving at a 45-degree angle like this, not like that. Okay, he's right here.
So he's going for the strip, but not the tackle? Is that what we're doing here?
Not the tackle at all. It is, was that 10-0? It's in the second quarter. 10-0 in the second quarter. No attempt to make the tackle at all. 0.
Man.
0 attempt to make the tackle. We're going to have to find where he is on this one. He's right. He's up here. Top of the screen. I was just about to say it's better, but then it went downhill very quickly. Started good. Okay, we're stepping at a 45, and now we're just gonna just completely open. Completely open. Are we fine to get off this block at all?
No.
Like in the slightest?
Not even a bit. Not even just.
The standard's the standard. The standard is the standard. Can't be
And
the standard sometimes. Can't be standard most of the times. Can't be the standard for some players. The standard is the standard. This is his best off-man coverage rep I have ever seen. Hands down, the
all right,
best
TJ.
I've ever seen from him. We're going to stay square, stay square, stay square, stay square. He didn't open. He broke
Not
his
at all.
cushion.
Yeah,
Not
not at
open.
all.
Now, what I say it becomes an
It
off-man.
becomes press. It becomes press all over again.
Perfect position. Gets a breakup. The best off-man rep. That might be the best rep, period, I've ever seen from undoubtedly the best off-man coverage rep. Undoubtedly.
Man, it seems like BYU must have saw something though, because they're going this way.
He's at the top. Okay, we're getting a cover 2. Again, you guys are tired of the redundancy, so am I. He is a flat player in cover 2. A flat player. Eyes have to be on the quarterback. You cannot turn and do that. You have someone entering your flat right now.
Yes, wide open.
Because you're not in your flat, Travis doesn't do his job, and he goes to take over what you're doing and go rob your flat player. Because Travis does that, now the quarterback has a running lane on 3rd and 6. First down. Right here, you stay like this. You do not turn. You do not turn. It is not man coverage. You do not turn. Yes, regardless, he doesn't end up guarding him. But this is going to come wide open. Shiloh's coming down on this. You do your job.
Right.
You didn't do your job, and your teammate didn't trust you to do your job. So then he went to try to do your job. Since he went to try to do your job, now opened up a rushing lane for the quarterback. First down. Keep the chains moving.
Yeah, because the quarterback holding the ball like that, you see Colton and Cam take off to that wide open receiver screen.
Oh yeah. Up the seam?
Yeah. Watch this.
Oh yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. They're both gonna go sprinting because people aren't doing their jobs. People are trying to do other people's jobs. Do your job. Do your 111th. All right. Man covers top of the screen. We get beat inside instantly. Just run across the field. It's not thrown. Let's see, we're going to get to him. We're running on that play. This is not a loaf. This is running to the football right here. That's what all your plays need to look like.
Yes. But in the video, you can compare and contrast. That's not a loaf.
Completely different.
Yeah, completely different.
Completely different. Up top. Screen. All right, come on. Misses the tackle. I'm fine with that. Why am I fine with him missing this tackle, CT?
He missed it to his leverage.
Exactly. Shoot your shot outside. Make him cut back to your teammates.
Yep.
Obviously, we want him to make that tackle. But if you're going to miss, it needs to be that way.
Yeah, shoot your shot on the outside.
All right. Whew, this was a tough one. This is Utah. I believe this is him down here. Yeah. Again, it's a run play. It's not a real route. But if it was, that's not what we want.
It ain't want even just.
No, he was cooked. It was over with.
Yeah, no, I just he didn't want like nothing to do with this play. Run, pass.
If it's a slant, he could have backpedaled like this and still got the ball like that. It's over with. You can't let anybody beat you inside down here. Cannot happen. Cannot. Next play, man. All right, bottom of the screen. Starts off good, and then doesn't stay in front of him. Starts off good here, but got too far outside. We got to go off his tempo. All right, stay there. All right, he does that. Now this left foot needs to plant here and we need to be moving our right foot back this way. Doesn't do that, opens, and just like we saw in Kansas, and then you're gonna run past them. And crazy thing is, he playing outside leverage, and he going against a circus route. That's the leverage you want to be in.
Right.
That's the perfect leverage for a circus route. He could have beat him on a go right here and still beat him on a circus route. He really just ends up tripping. That's it. All right. He is here. Few things. So fine right here. Stay square, stay square, stay square. Gets him in trouble is that crossover. As soon as you cross over with. Again, luckily this is not a vertical route. So he's able to catch up. But even when he stops, he doesn't have that. This one wasn't as bad as the other ones, but he doesn't have that be able to sit down. Like, when we see Justin Wally's film, you're like,
right, yeah.
You're like, look at their feet. Like, it's exactly mirroring. He doesn't have that. He just doesn't. All right. Here he is at the bottom. Much better. This is aggressive. That's aggressive. Now,
Right.
Did he make the play? No. Stayed on his leverage and is showing aggression. Much better. Here he is at the bottom. Stay outside. Good job. Maintain your leverage. Keep contained. Be outside.
Good job. That's what I'm talking about.
Outside. Unfortunately, this game was before Kansas. All right. Bottom of the screen. Yeah, I can't tell you. This is man coverage, by the way. This is full-on man coverage.
Man.
All right. Bottom of the screen. Not bad by him right here. Not, again, the crossover. Needs to get better at shuffling. Shuffle. Kick step, whatever you want to call it. He gets into good position right here. Could have been better. And you know who that is. That's no longer on the team. But you know who that is. I don't got to tell you who that is.
Instincts, dog out there, man.
I ain't got to tell you who that is. At the goal line.
Why we back it up?
Yeah, CT coaching. First thing.
You already beat if it was a slant. You could have just, boy, if you just turned that to a slant, it was a touchdown.
Seen a lot of places. This play's been getting posted recently. Oh, yeah, thank you. What CT's saying is he's given up so much ground that he can just go inside right now. And he can go any way he wants to.
Right. Touchdown. Whew. Whew.
So let's go back. We're backing up too much. Shouldn't be backing up at all. We're at the goal line. And the goal isn't to be on top of this. You need to be right on him.
Yeah.
And he boxes you out and gets that.
Oh, man. Yes, I know. I seen this. Yeah. We saw this in spring practice.
Yeah, I saw it right there. Mario Miller. And here is just not staying in front, not getting hands on early. And I mean in front. When I say in front, for anybody that plays the round ball game, taking a charge, move your feet so they have to go through your chest. That's what you want to do in press coverage. The agility. It's a lot of separation.
Man. He's
ball
got
not thrown.
Words coming out the
brain. God is my witness. I did not know this was an interception. I did not. I'd watched this clip when I put it on, and I just put it on right after this. He got an interception out of this. That's crazy.
Wow.
That's
Right
crazy.
time, right place. Man.
Yeah. That's
Oh, that quarterback. Go man. Oh man.
that is very crazy. Very, very crazy. So yeah, that's what we got for DJ McKinney. That was, to be specific, that was 91 clips. 91 different clips we just watched. 9-1 that we just watched. And CT, you go first, and I'll go after that. If you guys don't want to hear, go ahead, turn it off. But it's not the standard's the standard. I'm gloves off. This whole we talking football. If you want to know how to get better, if you want to know how your players can get better, how the team that you're a fan of can get better, this is what you watch. This is unbiased, actual film breakdown of X's and O's. Go ahead, CT.
Leading off of that with the film, I don't understand how he has a first round grade. I mean, the effort to playing the run. If you're a cornerback one, that is some of the worst.
Hold on. You want to guess how? They don't watch film. But go ahead.
That is clear, because if you cornerback one and just watching your effort, even after you give up a catch, even after, I think the run plays that you're involved in, that wasn't really involved in, you got your defensive lineman outrunning you. Like it's
you're not getting on the field again. If I'm the coach, you're not touching the field again. The standard is the standard. See, CT, when I was coaching high school last year, what did I tell my kids? I can do what with anybody?
I can lose with anybody.
I can lose with anybody.
Yes, facts.
I can lose with anybody. I'm gonna lose with somebody with effort.
Right.
I mean, how talented you are, how highly touted, I can lose with anybody.
And that's the one thing you're in complete control over. Coming into the DJ, I haven't seen none of these clips, by the way. Like, this is my first time. And I didn't see that bad of an effort. And I think that is just something you can't get out of. Like, I'm just disappointed in that. Like, it's just like, hey, you're calling cornerback one, you that guy. But, man, when that run lane fit and you're supposed to hit that gap, like, you act like you don't even want to be involved. I'm disappointed. Like, it was just Matador-esque. I just feel like he's going to struggle against wide receivers with really good releases and better quarterback play. Big 12 is where he needs to be. Because, boy, it just disappointed me.
Anybody that wants to DJ to be successful, any family members that may be watching, teammates, this is the stuff he has to be told.
Mm-hmm.
You got to continue to tell him that you're cornerback one, you're already doing what you need to do. You're setting him up for failure. You are not an actual friend. You do not actually care about him. You do not actually want to see him succeed.
Yeah.
Because if you do, you will not allow that to happen.
Facts.
You would not continue to praise what we're seeing on tape.
Facts.
It is clear. There's a standard, and then there's what we're seeing.
Right.
I'll be honest with you. Nowhere near cornerback one. Nowhere near first rounder. You can tell anybody.
Right.
Tell them I said it. Tell them come watch film.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere near it. And this is if I hated a player,
mm-hmm.
I genuinely hated a player,
mm-hmm.
You know what I'd do?
What?
I'd put out their film and only show good plays and tell them they're doing everything exact. Keep doing what you do.
Put out highlight reels, right?
Like, keep doing what you do. What you've been doing is great. That's if I hated a player.
Right.
If you hate a coworker, not me. If you had a job and you hate a coworker and you know your coworker keeps messing up, keeps messing up, and you want to
keep doing what you're doing. You got
to get fired. Oh yeah, hey bro, no, you good. Don't listen to them. They
stand on business, right?
Yeah, exactly. Keep doing what you're doing. They hating on you. Don't
keep showering them with praise.
Exactly. So this is the difference. Buffton, this is the difference. This is what we do that is different. This is actually how film is looked at and should be looked at. And this is not 91 plays. 91 plays from what? 4 games?
Yeah.
Kansas,
Good, bad,
Cincy, Kansas,
no cherry pick.
BYU, Oklahoma State, Utah from 5 games. BYU and Utah didn't have as many, but that's 91 plays over the course of 5 games. Even if somebody said, "Oh yeah, you were a cherry pick," there ain't no way I should be able to cherry pick 91 plays that look like that.
Yeah,
At some point, that's too many showing up. That
plus,
looks like
even the effort, like that effort. How can you look at you got Anquan Barnes? You were all the like that,
eating weight.
like that effort. So it's like, and guess what? You are in complete control of the effort. Like, and like you said, well, Coach Hart, you was out there. That ain't what he was teaching with the.
Coach Mathis.
I was about to start with the opening the gate and stuff, and I'm just like, man, the cornerback won. I'm really disappointed in the effort, and I'm really disappointed in DJ against the run. I mean, you saw it get and a couple get okay. You understand his leverage. You missed the tackle, but you missed on the outside leverage. Like you get it. Like, and that's what frustrates me most because I seen that you can't do it. So I got to figure out: are we just taking some plays on, some plays off? Like what is it? What's going on?
You have to figure that out. You didn't see it.
I'm like, it's some plays on, some plays off. Like. And that's a disappointment because man, and I'm not a fan of I hear people say 6'2", 6'3" corners. Like to me, like he struggles out of that break. Like I said, like when you look at the smaller corners, like like Pons, Wally, them guys, like how they can just you sit down, I'm sitting down, we here, let's go. I think like man, I don't know, DJ. I mean. God.
Yeah. Again,
you got to do something about getting beat on the inside leverage. And if you at the goal line, don't back up because you're just helping him. That tight end guy, yeah, he caught it. But if he would have went inside, that was just a walk-in touchdown. Like I don't.
It would have been the easiest touchdown in the world. The easiest touchdown in the world, and that's again, if you are close to DJ, you want to see him be great. Do not tell him that he's the best cornerback in college football. Do not tell him he's a first rounder. Do not tell him he's cornerback 1 because that is not true, and you are doing him a disservice. Point blank simple. It's just not true. Like I genuinely don't know what else to say other than it's not true because it's not. And the only way for him to get better, improve, is to know that.
Right.
If he doesn't know that and he keeps getting told that, hey, you're good. You're already doing everything right. There's nothing else you need. It's not going to help him. And just since we're on it, because I already know I'm 4 steps ahead. I guarantee you right now on the YouTube live premiere, somebody has already commented and said on that last play with DJ, where the tight end boxed him out, they're going to say he couldn't have done anything. He played it perfect. Because I already know. All right, this is 2 foot 8 inch tall corner, 6'4" receiver. Same situation. How did the 2 foot tall corner not get boxed out and get up there and get his hand on the ball to get a breakup?
That's wild, man. That is one of the wildest plays. Oh man.
Because I already know what they're gonna say. Like I'm so many steps ahead of what they're gonna say. The excuses always come out, but you
can't make an excuse for the effort that you see on the film. Like you can't.
They can.
You can't make excuse when the run lane's open. If you shoot that gap, you gonna hit that running back. You can't make excuses. Hey, play your leverage. Devin Neal doesn't get that touchdown if you play on the outside of leverage and you get off that block. Like, and then you always say all these small things add up, like which could have changed the dynamic of the game. That's why it's important. I'm with you. It's important to play with players that give you 100% effort. I shouldn't be able to tell. You know how you say when your receiver leads the route, start a route on their release. I shouldn't be able to tell what type of route you're gonna run. You know what I'm saying? Right. It should all look the same. And that's how I feel about effort. Like your effort, Keaton, Wade, God, dog, all on the other side.
Every time I've watched somebody watch film for somebody else, Keaton Wade jumps off the tape on every single, always. And it's plays like that, not plays that are showing up on the stat sheet. Plays like that, I'm like, yo, he's a dog. That's somebody I can win with. Yeah, that's somebody who I want on my team.
Yeah,
DJ,
So how do we?
If I'm an NFL GM, you're off my draft board. I don't do loafers. I don't do it.
Right.
I don't.
And
I don't do loafers. I don't do not attacking the football. I don't do not. Nah. I don't do you continuously not do what you're coached to do because you and Colton Hood playing two different techniques.
That's what I'm saying. I'm disappointed. Like you can have that kind of effort out there, and you got Colton Hood sitting on the bench. Like that. That effort, and then I see Colton Hood go shut out T-Mac, who went top 10 in NFL draft 2025, by the way. It's when he got to play, he got back-to-back intercept. Like it's just, but effort. Like even like when you saw Colton Hood, like when you did the punt returns, he's down there. And I'm just disappointed with that. I really walk away from this. I'm really disappointed at DJ in the run game and DJ in the effort. Like I think those two things just gosh, and I haven't seen any of these clips. And I just, we watch the games, watch the all 22, but when you focus on a player and I get it, and I understand why you keep saying, hey, you open the gate, because other teams do watch film. And just like we was constantly getting beat with them wheel routes, other teams gonna be like, hey, this guy has an opening gate problem. Let's see what we can get out of this.
One cornerback and another cornerback. Let's watch number one first. At the top of the screen. Let's watch number two at the bottom of the screen.
Man.
The standard's the standard. The standard. So again, hopefully DJ sees this. Whether he does or not, don't matter to me. If somebody's close to him, they should hope that he sees this, or at least relay the message.
Say, hey, man, hey.
What he put on tape is nowhere near first round.
That's a fact. And if you already comfort and coasting, you need to turn off cruise control and lock in, because that effort.
Well, let's talk about that, because the technique that's effort. That's a technique that you're coached on,
right?
But you continue not to listen to,
right?
That's showing your effort. That's showing your coachability. That's showing there was no improvement that I saw during the season. We're seeing the same stuff in BYU as we saw versus Cincinnati. Yeah, a few times he contained the football. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Like,
right.
The fact that I have to put back for what you're supposed to do down as a positive is crazy.
Right.
I have to put on the breakdown. Look, at least he shot outside on this play. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
And again, I've been there. I've met Coach Mathis. I was around him coaching. What he's putting on film is not what he's coached to do. Simple as that.
And just do what you do. I mean, it just baffles me, bro. Like that's what was the craziest thing about the whole film breakdown. It's like, I did not know he was playing with that bad of an effort.
I didn't, bro. When I cut up the film today, I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "This is worse than I remember."
Yes.
and people was mad all season. I kept telling them, "Hey, he got a lot to work on." Oh, you just be hating, blah blah blah. Because I never post a full film publicly, but it's gloves off. You want to really talk football and really know what's going on, you here.
Right.
Would have from the start, you would have seen a whole bunch of stuff and would not have been surprised, because the same stuff been breaking down since the beginning. Argue with whoever you want. If you care about DJ McKinney and his success, don't tell him he the top cornerback in college football.
Yeah, because you're going against your own self at that point. Because there's no way you're watching the film breakdown and be like, yeah, well, DJ, we got to work on the effort. We got to tighten this up. How do you go to him and say, how do we get this opening the gate problem solved? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
no. I don't go to him and say that. Every time you open the gate, it's not going to be every time. As soon as you open the gate, you're out of practice. The entire practice. At some point, you're going to learn that you're going to listen to me and listen to my technique and my coaching. Right. Or you're not going to play CT. Who can I lose with?
Anybody. 100% effort. Yep.
Not listening, you're off.
That's right.
That's why I can't coach.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do.
Yes, y'all not ready for that. All right, yes. CT, final words, man.
Okay, to evolve. Who's next?
Who's next? Who's next? Do your words match your video?
Yeah, and for my boy TKL,